Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Kill Team Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from the Geek, where I am going to be fighting a 100-point kill team battle between my Genestealer Cult and Harris's Orks. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Orks had taken over this planet, claiming it for their own, and they were in the process of sorting out the teeth and making sure see who got the shiny bits. When suddenly they found themselves beset by creatures rising from below. And it turns out that this planet had been infected with a Genestealer cult before they had even arrived. So now they got the extra bonus of an extra fight on their hands. And the Orks love that. Scrap's a scrap, and they don't care where it comes from. So they are ready to fight it all over again. So that's the story that we've got going on. We are going to be playing the mission Gather Intelligence. So there are 5 objectives on the table here. At the end of each battle round, you score victory points based upon which ones that you control. So the ones that are closest to your deployment zone, you score 1 point for. So for me, it's these 2. For my opponent, it's going to be those 2. You score 1 point for each of those that you control. If you can control the middle objective, it's worth 3 points. And if you can control the other 2 objectives that are furthest away from you, so for instance, my opponents for these 2, and for me, those 2, we score 2 points for each of those that we control at the end of the battle round. And then at the end of the usual limit of rounds, you score you score whoever has the most wins. That's how it goes. So that's the story. That is the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 kill teams that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Genestealer Cult, my kill team will consist of, from left to right, my leader, who is an Acolyte leader. We then have my combat specialist, who is an Acolyte fighter with a rock saw. We have a Metamorph with a Metamorph claw, who is my Zealot specialist. We have a Neophyte gunner, who is my heavy specialist with a mining laser. Then we have an Aberrant with a pick. We have an Acolyte with an icon. We have 2 Acolyte fighters, one with a rock saw, one with a rock drill, and a regular Acolyte. And for the Orks, his kill team will consist of, from left to right, a Grot leader. We then have a combat specialist, who is a boss knob with a big choppa. We have a Burna demolitions expert, and we have a commando boss knob with a power claw, who's a veteran specialist. We then have 2 Ludas. We have a Luda Spanna with a big shooter. We have 2 commandos and a boy. All right, so those are the 2 kill teams going over deployment. I've got my heavy specialist back over here. I've got my leader. I've got a fighter with the drill, fighter with the rock saw. I've got my zealot specialist, Metamorph. I've got my aberrant. I've got my regular acolyte with an icon over here, and I've got my combat specialist up front and a regular acolyte over here. That is the deployment for the Genestealer Cult. On to deployment for the Orks. We'll get back to him in a second because I got something to talk about him. But we've got his demolitions expert up front here. We've got the combat specialist right over there. We've got the boy. We got a commando. We've got a Luda. We've got the Luda Spanna, and then we've got the other Luda and the other commando. Oh no, that's the leader back around there. Yeah. The Grot leader. Where's the second commando?
He's right next to the Grot.
Oh, he's right next to the Grot over on this side.
He's being sneaky.
Being a sneaky git. Speaking of sneaky gits, we've got his veteran specialist up here. The reason was he deployed back over there, but at the before the first round, you can spend 1 CP for the veteran specialist stratagem, and it's called adaptive tactics, and it allows them to move before the game starts here. So he moved himself 10 inches with his advance all the way up to over here, getting right up into my grill, which is honestly where both of us want them to be. We're both happy with how that worked out there. So that is going to be deployment. So now we are going to roll off to see who has initiative going into turn 1.
12.
And I get a 7. So we will come back to you after that. All right, so we wanted to show that I did do Cult Ambush. He got to move over here, and he moved up over there. Everyone else failed their Cult Ambush rolls, probably because they just want to punch this guy in the face. That's fair. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We're not the end. We haven't even gotten to the movement phase. We'll come back to you after the movement phase. Here, there has been movement, but that's not the phase. All right, movement phase for the Orks here on turn 1. This commando over here moved onto the objective. This boy over here moved on to the objective, and everybody else over here readied themselves, and we have a couple charges that are going to be coming here. So which one do you want to start with?
He's going to charge into your zealot.
Combat specialist is going to charge into my zealot, so I'm going to fire Overwatch here with My auto pistol. Ooh, do get a hit. Needing a 5 to wound though. That is not a wound. His charge distance, 6 inches, should get him in.
-1 to hit.
Alrighty, so my veteran specialist is going to charge into my 2 rock cutters, the banner guy, and this guy over here. So I'm going to roll all of their Overwatch. Getting one of them is going to get a hit. Not a wound though. His charge distance. 2 inches.
Here we go.
Here we go. Gets to roll again. 7 inches will get him in. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult now. This guy over here advanced, jumping on the objective. He readied himself. My leader moved up around over this way. Now we got a couple charges to make. So first, my Aberrant is going to charge into both him and into this guy back over there. So need a 6 inch to get up into Combat Specialist. Going to get him over there. And then my guy with the Rock Drill is going to charge into his Veteran Specialist. And he'll be in with an 8.
Oh.
All right, so into the shooting phase, he's going to start with this loot over here, shooting into my dude bro over here. So it's going to be hitting on 6s because he's obscured.
I'm an orc, that's why.
And that's on a 4. Sorry, that was the number of shots. It's D3 shots. But still, no hits.
Yeah. And
then my heavy dude bro over here is going to fire into his loot over there. More than half and obscured, so looking for a 6 to hit. No hit. And now this Luda is also going to shoot into my dude bro, looking for a 6.
2 shots.
Oh, 2 shots. Forget.
Now
D3 shots. Now looking for 6s. Hey, getting 1. Strength.
Check.
1 second. Strength 7, so looking for a 2 to wound. No wound. And then his commando over there is going to shoot into my dude bro over here because I'm out of readied guys.
Loot a big shooter.
Loot a big shooter.
Hitting on 6s.
Hitting on 6s.
Got
Getting 2 6s. Whoa, well done.
5,
Strength 5, so 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound. No AP, so looking for a 5 up serve. No, I'm going to spend a CP to reroll that. No, still nothing there. So then, out of action. All right, so his commando over here is going to shoot now. Burna, not commando. Burna over here is going to shoot. He advanced, but it's an assault weapon. Yeah. But he's going to use Pyromaniac, 1 CP, to shoot into my heavy weapons guy here. So what is it? D6 instead of D3. And they're auto hits. So getting 3 auto hits. These are strength 4. Strength 4, so 3s to wound.
So
2s to wound because he's obscured. All right, so it's going to be 3 wounds. AP, none. So looking for 5 ups. Oh, made 2. That is enough. And injury. He is flesh wounded. All right, so starting out the fight phase, his combat specialist is going to put 3 attacks into my Aberrant and 1 attack into my Metamorph over here. So we're going to do the 3 into the Aberrant first.
3s.
Hitting on 3s, getting 1 hit. No wound. And then 1 into the Zealot. That is going to be a hit. That is going to be a wound. -1, so looking for a 6 up save. No save there. 2 damage. That is going to be out of action. All right, so now I'm going to activate my fighter here with the Rock Drill. So he's going to have 2 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s. They're Pauper Princes, so re-rolling everything. So that's going to be 2 hits. Wounding on 2s because he's toughness 4, strength 8 with that Rock Drill. That is going to be 2 wounds at AP -3, so those are going to go straight through, right?
Yep.
So now he's got feel no pains.
6 ups.
6 ups. No, nothing going through, so that's going to go through and do it. So it's just 1 damage, so 1 injury roll. And on a 1, I'm going to spend a CP to re-roll that. And 3 takes a flesh wound still. All right, so now he is going to activate. He's going to put 2 attacks onto my combat specialist, 1 attack onto this guy. So is it -1 with the claw?
Yes.
-1 with the claw and -1 because of flesh wounds. So he's going to have looking for 5s. No hits there. And then the regular guy is not going to get a hit. And now my Aberrant is going to attack into his dude bro there. He's going to have 2 attacks hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Pauper Princes since he charged. That's going to be 2 hits. Strength +2, so 3s to wound. Oh no, strength user. So it's going to be looking for 4s to wound. Getting no wounds. Sorry, strength 5 on the Aberrant, so that 3 would be a wound there. So it's going to be AP -2. Oh, it's going to go straight through, so it's D3 damage. That's going to be 3 damage. Snakebite saves. No, none of them. So it's going to be 3 injury rolls here. And that 5 will be out of action. Now my combat specialist is going to activate since we're done with chargers. He's going to have 3 attacks on 3s. Rerolling because of Pauper Princes. That's going to be 3. Wounding on 2s. That is all wounds. So the first one is going to be 2 damage. So we just got to do that. Right. So 2 damage plus 1. Nope. He takes another flesh wound. And we got the other rock saw guy over here. Rerolling because of Pauper Princes. 2s to wound. That's 2. So it's going to go through 2 damage. Nope. So flesh wounds plus 2. Yeah. Okay. Double 6s. Yeah, he's out. All right. So that is it for turn 1. At the end of turn 1, I score 3 points for holding the middle objective and 1 point for holding this objective over here. So that's going to be giving me 4 points. My opponent scores 2 points there, giving him a total of 2 points. So it's 2 to 4 going into round 2, which we will now roll to see who has initiative. 7 to my 8. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 2. This guy moved over here. He advanced up over there. He advanced over here. He advanced over here. My heavy specialist readied himself. And now we're going to have some charges with my leader charging into his burner boy over here. Out of range. So he's out of range for Overwatch, so I need a 9-inch charge to get in. I'm going to spend a CP to re-roll that. Oh, so close. And now my Aberrant is going to charge into all 3 of these guys over here.
D3.
So D3 for the first guy. 6s. Nope. Then the D3. Other guy, D3. 1 shot. No 6. And then the Spanner with the big shooter. No hits there. So he needs a 6-inch charge to make it in here. And he's in. Where was that roll before? Oh, he made it around over there, locking them in, which is pretty good. All right, movement phase for the Orks here. They're going to stay. They have to stay in combat, and this guy's going to start us off by charging. I've got Overwatch shot. He's definitely going to be in, and no Overwatch there, so he's right in. This guy back in here is going to charge into my banner bro. He's in. This boy back over here is going to multi-charge into my Aberrant and into my combat specialist. Getting 7 inches. And then his burner boy is going to charge into my leader and into my heavy specialist. We'll do the heavy specialist first. Oh, he gets the hit. Looking for a 2 to wound. That is a wound. What's the damage? Damage is 1 second. All right, D3 damage. Getting 1 damage there. 6 up feeling pain. No. Does he have 1 wound? Yes. He only has 1 wound, so injury roll. He's going to take a flesh wound. And then from the leader, he does not get the hit. So his charge distance is going to be in.
To CP this turn.
All right. I'm going to start with my Aberrant over here who charged in. He's going to have 2 attacks. I'm going to put them both onto... this Luda over here. Okay. Why not? So it's going to be 2 attacks hitting on 3s. Getting nobody charged, so re-rolling because of Pauper Princes. There we go. It's every turn that you charge, any turn that you charge, were charged, or piled in because of heroic intervention. It's basically the first round of combat. So that's going to be 2 hits. Strength 5, so looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds. So it's AP minus enough because it's more than 1. So D3 damage. It's going to be 2 damage. No, so 2 injury rolls. And then out of action. So he is out of action. All right, now I'm going to spend 1 CP on Up and Atom to activate my combat specialist here. So it's basically at the during the fight phase after I fought with a model, I can spend 1 CP and I can choose a combat specialist to attack who has not been activated yet. So he's going to attack into his boy over there. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's going to be 3 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds. It's 2 damage apiece. So the first one's going to take him down. Makes 1, but fails. 1. So he still takes 1. So it's still a 2 damage weapon. So still, it was just enough. There was still enough to kill him. So, and with that 6, he is out of action. All right. So now my opponent's going to activate his burner boy over here, who he's going to spend 2 CP on Itched for a Fight. He's going to have him attack into both the leader and into my neophyte. He's going to get 2 and 2. So we're going to go 2 into the leader first.
4s.
Looking for 4s because he's got that flesh wound. Nope, no hits there. And then into the heavy specialist.
Oh, man.
Getting 1 hit.
3.
Looking for a 3 to wound. That's a wound.
2.
AP -2, so that's going to go straight through. And 3, he takes a
will
flesh
kill him
wound.
with-
Oh, +1 because of his other flesh wound. He is dead. So I'm done with chargers, so now we're going to go over here with the commando into my banner bro. 3 attacks, 3s to hit, 3s to wound. That's a wound. No AP on this, so looking for a 5 up. He's good with a filth phase. Woo!
Not that common.
And now the commando is going to attack into this dude bro over here. That is going to be 3 hits.
Yep.
3s to wound. Getting 1 wound. 5 up save. No, that's going to go through. And a 1, he takes a flesh wound. All right, so now I'm going to activate my leader over here. He's got 3 attacks hitting on 3s. That is going to be re-rolling because of Pauper Princes since he got charged. So that's going to be 3 hits. Wounding, strength 4, toughness 4, looking for 4s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds. That 6 is going to be AP more than enough to go through. He's only got 1 wound, right?
Yes.
So 6 up, feel no pain. Oh, he's good. And then there's the other one, 6 up, feel no. Oh, 6 up armor. Oh no, that was 6 up armor on this one. Yeah. Nope. And then 6 up, feel no pain. No, so that's going to go through. He's already got 1 flesh wound, so +1. 3 takes a second flesh wound. So now his loot is going to punch into my aberrant over here. Getting 2 hits.
Nope.
Getting no wounds. All right, so now my icon bro is going to attack into his commando there. That's going to be 2 hits. 4s to wound. No wounds there. And the loot is going to punch into my aberrant. Getting 2 hits. Getting 1 wound.
Okay.
Oh, and a save. And then my fighter over here is going to attack into him, looking for 4s to wound because, or 4s to hit because of the flesh wound. Rerolling because of Pauper Princes. Nope, nothing there. So this is going to be wounded on 2. That is a wound, AP -4. So it's going to go straight through 2 damage. Nope. And he takes a flesh wound. All right, so that is the end of the turn. We do now have the morale phase to do. Both of us, oh no, I've got 4, so I don't have to roll for break yet. But my opponent has 4 people out of action, plus 2 that are flesh wounded. So he has to roll to see if he's broken. His highest leadership right now is a 6. And on a 9, he is going to be broken. Okay. So now we have to take some nerve tests. So he's going to take a nerve test there. 5 plus 4 is 9, so he's broken or nervy. 6 is nervy. Next guy, nervy.
Grot.
The grot
Nervy.
is 6. Oh, because he's got leadership 4, right?
Yeah.
This guy over here is good to go, and this guy back over here. 3 plus 4 is 7, so he is also going to be nerve test there. So I have a nerve test to take over here because I've got 3 guys out of action. 3 plus 6, he is going to be nerved. All right, so that is going to be it for the morale phase. At the end of the turn, I score, neither of us scores the middle one here. Neither of us scores this one over here. I score 1 point for holding this one over here, taking it to 5 to 2. So now we will roll for initiative going into turn 3. I get a 7 to 10, so we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Orks. I forgot, he scored the point over here. I didn't score that, so it's going to be 5 to 3. All right, movement for the Orks. He's going to stay in combat, and he's the only one that can do anything. Everyone else is shaken. So now my combat specialist here is going to charge into his leader. No, not going to make it. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll that. And an 8 should get him in. All right, into the shooting phase. He's going to start off here with his pistol.
5 up.
5 up. No hit. I will reciprocate. No hit. Over here as well. That is a hit.
5.
No wound. All right, so into the fight phase. My charger goes first over here. Rerolling because of Pauper Princes. So that's going to be 2 hits. Whoa, I'm going to spend a CP to reroll one of those. Into a wound. Goes through. He does a 6 feel no pain. He doesn't have a feel. Oh, Grots don't get the feel no pain. And he is way out of action. And now he's going to activate his guy over here, punching into my dude bro. That is going to be 2 hits. That is going to be 1 wound. But a save with a fill phase. Woo! And now my guy's going to attack back over here. Don't get to reroll that 2. He would get to reroll 1s because of his banner, but not the 2, because he didn't charge. That is a wound. AP -1. 6 up, feel no pain. Nope. So it's going to go through. And then injury roll. On a 3, takes a flesh wound. Now my leader's going to attack over here. 3s. Don't get to reroll nothing. That is a wound. AP -1, so 6 up. Nope. So +2. He is out of action. And then he's going to put 1 attack into each of them. So we'll go into the Ludaspana. That is a hit. That is a wound. So D3 damage. It's going to be 2 damage. And he is out of action. And then into the other Luda. That is a hit. That is a wound. Oh no, why am I doing 2? Want to be for 1 damage? He's good.
Saves it.
All right, so into the morale phase here for turn 3. My opponent's going to spend 1 CP, 2 CP, sorry, to have him auto pass his morale test. And then we're going to start rolling. So looking for 1s on these guys now. Nope, not on him. Onto the Luda back there. Nope. And that's it. Yep. So I don't have to break yet. I do have 1 nerve test to take over here. 3 + 3 is 6. He is good to go. All right, so now initiative going into turn 4. 7 to 3. So we'll come back to you with, well, your movement's probably just going to stay in. He's going to stay in combat. Everyone else is shaking. He's going to stay in combat. So we'll come back to you after with movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. All right, movement phase. He is going to charge into his boy over here, or the command over there. And a 3 inches will not make it, so I'm going to spend a command point to reroll it. Oh, 5 inches will. All right, so into the shooting phase. My banner guy is going to shoot into his guy over there. Not going to get the hit. And then no, that's only in the fight phase. The banner gets to reroll, and then he's going to shoot into him. That is a hit. That is a wound.
6 up.
No save. No ignoring wounds. So +1 to this because he's already got a flesh wound. And a 2, he takes a second flesh wound. All right, so into the fight phase with my charger over here. He's got 3 attacks. Rerolling because of either the banner or Pauper Princes. Don't get to reroll twice though. And then wounded on 2s. That is going to be 1 wound.
Damage.
Damage 2. Makes 1, but still fails 1. So 2 damage +2. +1 is 4. He is out of action. All right, so now my dude bro over here is going to attack on 4s. No hits there. And he's going to attack on 3s. That's 2 hits there. That is 1 wound there. So D3 damage. It's going to be 2 damage. Nope. So 2 damage. And on that 6, he is out of action. So that's going to be the end of the turn. And with that, he did. He whiffed. And with that, we are going to call this game because he's got 1 guy left who's shaken, and it's not looking too good for him there. So a Genestealer Cult victory. Resounding victory. That's what the Orks get for misunderstanding the fight that they were getting themselves into. They got excited about a fight, about a scrap, and didn't realize that we had extra arms. So it got pretty brutal there, especially around the middle. It really went down the hill there, but it was still a ton of fun. Really like the game, and it's quick enough that you can do it and you don't waste a day, even if the dice don't go your way. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Harris, and until next time, have fun.